One thing we do know, and I see this alluded to in the description of the book, looking at the cover of your book, there's something mystical that you are alluding to.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that is taught in classic Jewish sources, including the Kabbalah, Zohar, is that the universe is constantly being recreated by God, that there is no such thing as stasis. And the more science we learn, and the more we learn about the way the universe works, and the more we understand about the phenomenal nature of humanity. When I first encountered traditional religious thinking in the Jewish world, I came to understand why it is so hard for people to change their minds about this. How did you overcome your cognitive dissonance? It doesn't sound like you're describing a particularly doctrinaire system that you were starting off with.
No, not at all. In fact, I think my particular household was probably more open to changes of religion than most, because both of my parents also were, as they say now, on a journey. My mother came from a vaguely Catholic, but functionally atheist background, and my father was a lapsed Jew who had ended up in a sort of Zen Buddhist way station, I think you could call it. If we had a family crest or a motto, I think it would have reflected our pride in genuine intellectual openness. Both of us kids, myself and my sister, were at the time quite pleased that we didn't go to Sunday school or any other related institution, because we were actively working on this all the time ourselves. I had always had a very palpable sense of personality to the universe. I'm told, I don't remember this, but I'm told that I used to walk outside and thank the sun for shining on me. I was basically born a pagan. And certainly I recognize myself in that. I ended up going on a literary quest. I just read every piece of scripture I could get my hands on from every tradition I could find. So I read the ages of 14 to 16. I read the Quran. I read the Bhagavad Gita. I read the Tao Te Ching. I read the Bible for the first time in my life. And
was that exercise of reading all these sacred scriptures, was that in any way useful? Because it strikes me as a little dilettantish.
Yeah.
I don't see how anyone could be inspired by any holy book without a knowledgeable person about that tradition mentoring him. What was your experience?
That's quite astute.